What's up YouTube, PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our Week 3 battle here in the WCBL here in Season 3. Yes, I will update that on the playlist. I keep forgetting to do so, but I haven't updated it just yet, but I will. I only put it into Season 2 because it's the second season that I was in, but I understand that it is not true. So, we are taking on Awesome Torterra this week. That is his username. A.k.a. Tort, as he's referred to, and his Nottingham Forretress. And we have... this is going to be a matchup from hell. I have to face Coco Lucha twice in the same week in 2 different leagues. How fair is this? I feel attacked. I feel personally victimized here. But yeah, that's what's happening right now. That's happening for sure. Really not looking forward to this because it's going to be a bitch and a half to do. And yeah. But his team consists of Tapu Koko, Starmie, Rotom Heat, Crocodile, Uxie, Miltank, Mega Scizor, Kyurem Black, Halucha, Gourgeist, and Garbodor. His Sea Crystal users are his Tier 1 Kyurem Black and Tier 5 Garbodor. Oh, his team is hard to beat. He's got Cleric support and things like Miltank and Uxie, because I believe Uxie does get Heal Bell as well. So he's got Cleric support there. He's got Defog support with Mega Scizor and Rotom Heat, as well as Rapid Spin and Coco, as well as Rapid Spin support with Starmie, which is very key. He's got decent hazard options with things like Garbodor, being able to set up spikes, Toxic Spikes, Miltank for rocks, Uxie for rocks, Crook for rocks. He's got a very, very solid, well-built team around that Coco Lucha core, which is super deadly and really big pain in the ass for me to beat. But I am the team of bulk, and if there's any team that's going to be able to stop a Halucha from going in, is going to be my team. Because my team has the bulk to handle it. So, without further ado, let's get into this. The first mon we are bringing this week is Shroomsy Aramungus. This is our de facto switch into Tapu Koko, because it's just good against it. You're not bringing any grass coverage this week because I didn't feel the need for it. The only things I could benefit for against are the Crocodile and the Starmie, and I'm never staying in on the Starmie because of Psyshocks, and I don't want to take unnecessary damage from it in order to just hit it with a Giga Drain that won't even kill it in one shot. And with the Crocodile, I'm not super worried about the Crook. I have other ways of beating Crook than Giga Drain on Amoonguss, so I felt that the moves I went with were more important. So we are fully physically defensive. However, with the Assault Vest. I apologize, I'm tired. Sludge Bomb, HP Fire, Clear Smog, and Foul Play. It's going to really depend on how the match is going, depending on if I ever click Clear Smog. Clear Smog is there for the case of, like, if Halucha feels safe in front of me, we can Clear Smog it and force it to try to go for the kill on us, so we can get a free swap out to something. Force it to try to kill us, and we can then just switch out immediately on the turn that's going to try to kill us into some, like, if it's not set up, it can't kill us. I'm 99% sure of that. I'm like 90% sure of that, and I'm calculating it now to make myself 100% sure of that. Why are, like, all Amoonguss sets on here, like, especially defensive? It's annoying. Halucha. Acrobatics, if not SD'd up, does a maximum of 38%. If it is SD'd up, and that's from Adamant, mind you, if it's SD'd up, it does a max of 76.8%. So regardless, I can easily clear Smog, get rid of its defense boost from the Electric Seed, get rid of its attack boost, and basically nullify it for the most part. If it actually goes to +2, how much does Foul Play do? Just out of curiosity. Foul Play will do 33 to 40. It's because it's resisted, so it's not like worth it. But regardless, I can clear Smog and keep that thing from setting up, and then I can obviously just switch out into something else that can better deal with it 1v1 than Amoonguss. But Amoonguss has the potential to live the acrobatics if necessary, get rid of its boosts, and then switch out into something much more suited for handling that Hawlucha. So it'll be really, really nice to be able to clear Smog that thing and keep its stats down. Another main reason why I'm bringing this thing is it's an amazing switch into Koko. It resists both of its dual stabs. With being physically defensive, it is going to take the Brave Bird from Koko pretty well. For the most part, it takes it fairly well. Brave Bird from Koko. That's actually a 2-hit KO. Oh, well. He's going to be taking 25 to 30% recoil damage from that exact same Brave Bird. And at the end of the day, I'm going to be able to also... Yeah, no, this is still fine. Because if he's a physical variant, I can eat any hit. And he's not his Z-move variant, so it's fine. And once he takes that recoil damage, Sludge Bomb just straight KOs the Tapu Koko, which is nice. So this thing 1v1's Tapu Koko. This thing can keep the Lucha from being set up, which is also nice. This Mon is very, very solid just overall in this game. We have the HP Fire to hit that Mega Scizor. I think we can 1v1 Mega Scizor pretty effectively. And I'm actually lying about that. I don't think we 1v1 Mega Scizor, but... Well, actually, against Mega Scizor, I know I'm running all these calcs now, but against Mega Scizor, we should be fine. Even at +2, like, he has... It's like a 50-50 shot to 2 KO with knockoff, but he can't. And it's basically a chance to 2-hit KO with Bullet Punch, depending on his investment. It probably could just straight 2-hit KO, but again, that's 2 Bullet Punches he has to go for. And Foul Play is doing a lot. HP Fire is doing a significant chunk. HP Fire is doing about half as well back to him, so if he wants to try to set up on us, we're just able to do about half with our HP Fires, depending on, again, on his spread. And if he has, like, we'll be able to figure out his spread from the HP Fires, and then we'll be able to judge accordingly and beat it accordingly. So I'm not too worried about Mega Scizor. I think we can handle it pretty effectively. I kind of wish Amoonguss just got Haze instead of Clear Smog, so I can't get rid of the SD on Mega Scizor with this thing, unfortunately. But, yeah, that's fine. We can make use of this as much as we can. I think just overall, Amoonguss is a very strong bring this week against his team. It handles a lot of mons very, very well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how it turns out. Next up, for my boy Chew, we are bringing him back, and we're giving him the proper nickname, and that is hashtag give him the D Deoxys Defense. With 248 HP and 176 defense and bold nature, we're pretty much, like, we were already guaranteed, like, we're well in the guaranteed range of being able to live +2 Hawlucha's shit, like, and we can 2 KO him with Psychic. Outright. We just 2 KO Hawlucha, no problem with Psychic, which is great. Hawlucha just cannot break through Deoxys D, so it's not a problem for us at all. And we're just so bulky in general, like, we don't really need to invest into our Spadef. We can still take hits relatively well from everything on his team. This set is walled by Mega Scizor, but he doesn't need to know that. He won't know that, hopefully. Recover, Spikes, Knockoff, and Psychic. I want to force Defogs instead of him being able to set up and stuff. I want him to be able to force Defogs on whatever Defogger he brings. And the Spikes will be nice to get chip damage on things like the Starmie, the Kogo, the Scizor, which could be coming in and out, the Kyurem, etc., etc. There's a lot of mons on this team that I want that chip damage on, so I'm going to go for it. We have Knockoff to get rid of items on things like the Uxie, the Meltank, stuff like that. We also have Recover to keep ourselves healthy. And, yeah. It's a really, really solid mon. Deoxys D can put in a decent amount of work this week. We also did Speed Creep, by the way. We have the 84 in Speed, so we can Speed Creep potential... or we can Speed Creep Min Speed Meltank. So we can get rid of lefties on all of those very effectively, which would be nice. So, looking forward to doing so with this mon. I'm really looking forward to using Deoxys again. Put in so much work last time, so no reason why it shouldn't again. So next up we have... Oh, by the way, I have the Rocky Helmet so that I can get extra chip damage on things that might want to go for U-turns on this thing. That might want to try to 1v1 it, going for things like Seismic Tosses if like the Meltank wants to do that kind of shenanigan. On the Mega Scizor if it wants to hit me with anything, etc., etc. This helps chip down the Hawlucha faster. I think it'll be overall really, really solid. Next one we're bringing is Finny Nut. Finny Nut, and there's a lot going on here. 248 HP, 44 in defense with a bold nature, 92 special attack, and 124 in speed. That 124 in speed is to outpace Min Speed Meltank again. I want my bulky things to be faster than his bulky things so that we can properly handle his bulky things. The 248 plus the 44 in defense with the bold nature. Trying to think what that exactly did for us. I think that was either preventing the 2-hit KO from Lucha or preventing us from being beaten by Z Kyurem or something along those lines. That's why we have the Wakana Berry, actually, so that we won't be beaten by Z Kyurem. So we can easily just Moonblast the Kyurem and take it out if it does bring the Electrium Z against us. Which could be a very, very solid tech. I mean, I don't see what other Z moves he might... He could go Dragonium, but it's not safe. It's actually not smart. He won't go Dragonium because we do have the Misty Terrain to weaken those Dragon type. He might go Icium to try and catch my Zygarde with, but who knows. Regardless, Finny's really, really good this week against his team. Sorry. 92 was just the leftover amount. We put that into our special attack because I do want to be able to hit as hard as I can with those Moonblast, Surfs, and the HP Fire on the Scizor. I'm 90% sure the HP Fire is in fact a 2-hit KO. That's what I think it was. I think it was like making sure we're not 2-hit KO'd by Scizor. Something like that. But I'm not going to run the calc now. I've already wasted enough of your time on calcs. So we're not going to run that right now. I'll update y'all in the match itself if I get a chance to run the calc between now and then. But we also have Taunt there. That's the reason why I wanted to outspeed all of his walls, because this takes away his cleric potential. His potential cleric mons are no longer really a threat to us because I can just taunt them before they do their cleric business, or taunt them before they can set up rocks or something like that. I am faster than those, depending on his investments on Scizor, could be faster than that, and keep that from getting an SD up, etc., etc. You know the drill. This is a really, really good set to have for this mon this week. I think Taunt will be very important. Taunt turned out really, really well for us in week 1 because we were able to really shut down a lot of his mons because they were built very, very bulky. So we were able to shut down a lot of his team. He didn't really have as much offense as he did defense. He focused more on the defensive aspect, and our team just wins in that fight. So Taunt this week will help us win a defensive fight against his offense, I think. I think it'll be very, very helpful. Our defensive battle is going to be one with that taunt, I think. The next one we're bringing is a little bit more offensive, and that is going to be Hermione Armismagius. We didn't get to use it last week, unfortunately, but we are going to try our best to use it this week. And this is kind of almost a lure set, because I feel like out of his whole team, obviously Meltank can switch in, which I can just taunt it, willow it, etc., whatever. Could be really easy. It would have to be a scrappy Meltank, and if it is a scrappy Meltank, then he is taking a massive risk in that sense, because if he's scrappy Meltank, he's risking being smashed through by Incineroar. So I don't know if he would go with that kind of set, but you never know. If he does, kudos to him for that prep. But Will-O-Wisp is our go-to with this thing, because if he decides to go into his Crocodile, which I feel like is going to be his clear and obvious switch into this Mon, we can go for the Willow, burn it, and then be strong enough to live whatever he goes for, and just fire off our Fairium Z Dazzling Gleam, push that Croc off the screen, and hopefully knock it out. Fairium Z is also good to maybe hit Hawlucha as a potential option, and Kyurem as well. Kyurem could be a potential Z option that we can address in the situation, and have, hopefully be able to beat it with this Hermione set. I think it'd be really cool. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying to get this mod to put in some work this week. Next up, we have Speed Boy, our Jolteon, and he is running max speed, max special attack with an Assault Vest this week. Assault Vest Jolteon just works really, really well for us against Koko. Koko is always a threat, and this thing shuts down the special set entirely. It just can't do anything to it. It can't Volt Switch or Thunderbolt out, so it can't take advantage of its own electric terrain, which Jolteon will gladly take advantage of. And outside of Hidden Power Ground or Dazzling Gleam, he can't really touch us. And we can also probably bait an electric move at some point from the Koko, so that could be something we do as well. So we do have that as an option. We have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, and Hidden Power Ground. This is a case of where I kind of wanted 5 moves, but I can only have 4. And I feel like Signal Beam and Hidden Power Ground are the better coverage moves and the ones I need the most. So that's why I went for those. Signal Beam allows me to smack the Starmie, but also the Uxie and the Crook decently hard. The other option was actually going to be Shadow Ball, which also allowed me to hit the Uxie, but it gave Meltank something to be immune to on my moveset, which could potentially give Meltank a free switch in, and I don't like that. So we have the HP Ground, obviously, for the Koko, to try to hit that Koko as hard as we can, especially if it tries to... we can hit Koko as hard as we possibly can with this Mon, which would be really great. And, Volt Switch Thunderbolt, just standard stuff on that one. I think it could put in a lot of work. Jolteon has been putting in a crazy amount of work for us this season so far, so we're going to try to keep that momentum going. The last one we're bringing this week is going to be Tongue Game, our Licky Licky, and we're just bringing a fully physically defensive set this week, because I feel like he has more physical threats than special threats. With things like Crocodile, Meltank, Mega Scizor, Kyurem Black, Hawlucha, things like that. We're bringing the Choppleberry. We have the young Choppleberry because that provides us a free eat of a hit from either Mega Scizor or Hawlucha. Mega Scizor being potentially superpowered to get rid of our Licky Licky, and then obviously Hawlucha being a fighting type to hit us with. With that, we have access to... I will more than likely Body Slam the Hawlucha if that situation arises. Hopefully picking up the Para, which would be really cool. And then for the Scizor, we have the Fire Blast. That's why I'm running a Relaxed Nature, because he has the same, basically the same offensive stats in both. And I think Freeze Dry just makes more sense. Or not Freeze Dry. Why am I saying Freeze Dry? I'm going to bed after this one. I tried to stay awake to get all my team builders done tonight, but it's not happening. Fire Blast is the better option for this, because I feel like, looking at my team, he'll probably be more towards the physically defensive build if he adds bulk. So Fire Blast will be more than likely to pick up that 2-hit KO that I desperately need against it, and that could be really, really clutch for us in this match. With that though, that's going to be it for this team builder. I am very tired and I'm going to bed. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you have not already. But until next time, guys, I am PokePrimer, and I am signing off. Peace.